And it's a time again to test two products against malware. Today we're going to do WisevectorStopX and Vibranium. We're going to put them through their paces today. Just to maybe save a little bit of time for today, I already disabled the protection and extracted the malware. But we'll quickly have a look at the settings. Okay, so for basic version, real-time shield is obviously disabled now. I'll enable it when we start the test. Under advanced, and you saw machine learning was set to high. There's no exclusions. Set to automatic mode. Honeypot is set up. Rollback is set up. Document protection. I did include download pictures and documents, and our script is excluded. Firewall, that's also enabled. Web protection will enable now, and firewall set to automatic mode. With Vibranium, all the advanced features are enabled, and I did enable deep dive level 2 and allow downloaded files so that we can test it. Under web protection is enabled, and to filter HTTPS traffic. Adult material is blocked, and then phishing, spam, and links to malware is blocked. The rest of all the other categories are open. And then under ransom prevent, you'll see it will be running at the bottom as well. It's enabled, but we excluded desktop just to make sure it won't interfere with the test. Again, as I've mentioned, I've already pre-extracted the malware. So we're going to test 2,679 samples, including file lists, documents, zips, MSIs, and etc. Okay, just to show you guys that the machines are clean before we start. Okay, so obviously something with Vibranium is rated as malware. Okay, so we are clean. Okay, while we're here, let's quickly check if there's an upgrade. It says never. Okay, check for updates. Check for updates. Okay, so WisevectorStopX seems to be fully up to date. Okay, Vibranium is checking for updates. Okay, should be almost done. Okay, so the update's completed. The URL database has also been updated. We'll see if there's any application updates. Okay, seems like we've got the latest application data updates, and you can see the threat list is for it's still showing the 28. I'm not sure why. Okay, so I think we're going to start enabling the protection. We'll say firewall, web, memory, okay, actions, protection, okay, enable blue dome, enable the firewall, enable real time. Okay, so it seems like we are protected. Okay, so it looks like all the protection is enabled. I just want to make sure that is enabled. USB protection. Okay, let's apply. Okay, so I think we can close this. Okay, so I think we can start the malware test. Okay, so both on these two machines, smart screen filter is disabled. So purely relying on the web protection of them both. Okay, here we have some pop-ups here. Okay, so we've got a Vibranium pop-up, that's good. Just keep these files. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, we've got a couple of blog pages from WisevectorStopX, but not all of them. Okay, I'm just going to keep all these files. Okay, I don't see any blog pages from Vibranium. Okay, we'll just cancel the downloads. Okay, apply action. Okay, so that was the only pop-up. Let's quickly see what's in our downloads. Okay, so we've got a lot of partial downloaded files. It actually seems like they're all, so they don't actually count. Seems like we have a lot of threads that actually slipped through. Okay, so I would give this win to WisevectorStopX because we have only partially downloaded files, so they are pretty much useless. These are actually files that you can execute. Let's just see what's in them. Okay, so it's damaged. Okay, that's also damaged. Okay, so we do have files here, so I'm going to give the win to WisevectorStopX. Now it's time for the malware. Okay, so Vibranium is giving us notifications. I did actually select it to do not to show us the pop-up. I'm not sure why it's actually showing us the pop-up. Okay, nonetheless, I'll just select them. Okay, let's see if anything is running on the WisevectorStopX machine. Okay, let's extract these files. Okay, let's see what's running on the the Vibranium. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything active as yet, so that's really good to see. Okay, I think this test is going well so far. I'm going to attend to all of this, guys, and then I'll let you know once the test is done. Okay, so I just want to point out that on both of these two VMs, the AVs have seemed to have disappeared. When we look at WisevectorStopX, it says the service is not running, and when you want to start the service, it does fail. The same is similar to the Vibranium machine, but the service is running, but the AV also, it's not opening. So the same is happening on the Vibranium machine, but I do think WisevectorStopX is actually still protecting the machine because we do not have a lot of threads actually running at this point, and when they do get loaded, they actually do get killed off pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it's the same for Vibranium. We do have quite a lot of error messages. I just want to show you guys that Vibranium is running. So WisevectorStopX, and then it's just not opening. So I'm still continuing with the malware execution. Okay, so I'll just point out if there's anything interesting happening. I'm going to stop this test for both these machines. WisevectorStopX seems to be not opening anymore. Scripts are just hanging, can't open up Task Manager or Process Explorer. And it seems like we do have ransomware infection on the Vibranium machine, as Vibranium is just not running anymore, so I think there's just no more protection. But you'll see that the Vibranium service is actually still running. Let's see what our startup items are for the Vibranium machine. Okay, this is obviously slow because of the encryption. Okay. Okay, so these are our startup items. So we've got quite a couple of startup items here. Okay, so just waiting for it to respond. But yeah, but just by judging by this first window, you guys can see we do have quite a lot of startup items. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart these machines. Hopefully they do actually start up again and we can actually use the AVs to scan. If I can't open up any of these antiviruses, I'm going to skip it. And then I'm just going to jump into the third-party opinion scanners, because if I can't open them, I can't really scan, or I'll see if I can do like a right-click context menu scan on the C drive. Okay, so yeah, as you guys can see, we have quite a lot of startup items. Okay, so I'm going to restart them. Yeah, okay, I'm going to restart them. Once they do respond, I'll see if I can start the AV scans. Okay guys, so I've managed to get WisevectorStopX working again. I had to check the services and wait patiently for it to start again, so we seem to get it going. Just checking if there's updates, no updates. With Vibranium, you'll see when you do open it, it's not opening, it's just nothing happening, and the service is running. And even if we want to do a right click scan or a context menu scan, it's just not doing anything. Okay, so I'm going to do a full scan with WisevectorStopX now. So I'll see if there's any issues. I can see that the encryption is spreading on this machine, as I had more third-party opinion scanners available, but I did see Komodo and MSISoft got encrypted as well. So it's not looking good at all. And as you can see, the Vibranium service is running. So I think I might just skip the scan with Vibranium and then just start with third-party opinion scans for this one. Okie dokie, and we are at the end of the test. And you can ask me, where is WisevectorStopX scan results? Unfortunately, the machine did reboot during the scans, and I was unable to get the service started. So I started with the third-party opinion scans from there on. Let's have a look at the results. Okay, so we have 2 suspicious files in program files. That's about it. Norton found 2 in app data roaming. Just close that. Komodo quick scan found no issues. On the Vibranium machine, we do have quite a lot of traces here. Okay, still malware on the folder. I was unable to delete them. Okay, so quite a lot of traces. With malware bytes, the scan was a bit stuck, I think. Let's have a look at MSciSoft. Okay, so we have a registry key here. Let's maybe cancel the scan. It's just going to take too long. And we've got the malware in the downloads folder. Downloads folder, and then app data. We've got a couple of registry keys. And then Malwarebytes is not opening up on this machine, unfortunately. Okay, while we wait for Malwarebytes, let's see what's running on the WisevectorStopX machine. Okay, seems like we still have this one. Okay, so this is the virus total result for that one malware that's running. So we do see Bitdefender, Alkabit, MSciSoft, eScan, Malwarebytes. A couple of known vendors are aware of this. Okay, so it's a portable executable. Okay, so we're going to close that now with Malwarebytes. Okay, so as you as you guys can see, we do have quite a lot of problems here. Program data, we've got drivers. Just going to scroll down to the bottom, see how many registry keys we have. Okay, so as you guys can see, this machine is badly infected. Okay, Process Explorer is not opening up on this machine, so we'll just have a look at it via Task Manager. Okay, so here we can see obviously malicious processes running. There's the DL host services, that's also malicious. Okay, here we've got as well PowerShell. Okay, let's look at our startup items. Okay, only that one startup item, which is the malicious file. Vibranium, couple of startup items here. Not looking good. Okay, no other additional user accounts created. Look at our files. Okay, sorry guys, this VM is just not responding a lot, so I just have to get it started again. Okay, seems like we've got no ransomware infection in the documents. Could have been that the process was stopped after execution. Pictures. Picture seems good. Picture seems good. Just want to see if anything installed. Okay, so we've got these two programs. Vibranium. And then the ransomware that's on the Vibranium machine is also Stop Deja Vu. So we've seen this now with 3 other vendors where it manages to slip through, and the AV vendor can't protect against it. So that is the ransomware that's running here. And I think this is the end of this test, guys. So quite disappointing results from Vibranium. We did actually pretty well in the beginning of the test, but then the VM froze, and then after the reboot, Vibranium just didn't want to start up anymore. Same with WisevectorStopX. We've seen better results from WisevectorStopX from the previous test, so it seems like it had a bit of a bigger match with the malware this time, but still the machine seems to be fairly good condition. No ransomware infection, not that many malware outside of our normal location, so it's not that badly infected, but we do obviously can see some form of infection, and obviously WisevectorStopX is just not working at all. but otherwise still good results, that much better than the Vibranium. And yeah, as you guys can see, WisevectorStopX is just not opening, and this machine is badly infected. So yeah, I would definitely test it again to see maybe if it will perform a little bit better. But I think this is the end of this test, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this test, and then I'll catch you guys on the next one.